Hi everyone, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my HSK1 course. Before we begin, I want to share something important with you. I'm currently working on recording a complete series covering all the HSK content step by step. In this course, I won't simply tell you what a word means. I will also show you how to remember Chinese characters more easily and how to use the words naturally in everyday life. This will give you a solid foundation if you want to travel, study, or work in China in the future. It will also help you communicate more confidently in daily situations. So if you enjoy learning Chinese in a systematical way and you also want to understand more about Chinese language and the culture, you are very welcome to learn with me. In the previous videos, we finished Test 1 and Text 2 of HSK1, Lesson 1. If you haven't watched those videos yet, you can go back and watch them first. And as always, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I will read your comment carefully and I will do my best to reply. So without further ado, today we are going to continue with Test 3. Now let's get started. Before we start today's lesson, let's check the homework from Text 2. The task was called Match Words to Pictures, and you need to match 4 Chinese expressions with the correct pictures. Now let's see the number 1. 你好, 你好. Do you remember your answers? Yeah, very good. It matched the second pictures. This is a very standard way to say hello to one person. And number 2, 老师, 老师. Do you remember the answers? Yeah, very good. It matched the third pictures. And it means teacher. Very good. Now the number 3, 你们好, 你们好. What's your answer? Yeah, it matched the first picture. We use 你们好 when we greet 2 or more people. And the last one, 您好. Yeah, very good. It matched the last pictures. 您好 is a very polite and respectful form of hello. So it is very suitable for a very formal or professional situation. So before we discuss the difference among 你好, 你们好, and 您好 in detail in the Test 2 video. If you're still not sure when to use it, please review the lessons or leave your questions in the comments. Now that we have checked the homework, let's move on to Test 3. First, let's look at the settings of today's test. 开学第一天，课堂上，学生们学习致谢语、告别语。It means on the first day of school, in class, the students are learning expressions of gratitude and farewell. Now let's break the sentence down. 开学第一天 it means the first day of school. 课堂上 it means in class or in the classroom. And 学生们 means the students. 致谢语 means expressions used to thank someone, and it's a very formal way to say that word. Okay, and 告别语 means expressions used when saying goodbye. So in today's task, the students will learn how to say thank you, how to respond to thank you, and how to say goodbye. So this is our learning task today. Did you got it? Now let's continue. Before we study each word in detail, let's listen to the vocabulary once. Once you listen, please pay attention to the pronunciation, the tones, and the rhymes of each word. Don't worry if you can't remember everything yet. For the first listen, simply focus on how the word sounds. Now I will play the audio. Let's listen carefully.
谢谢，
谢谢，
不客气，
不客气，
同学，
同学，
再见。
再见。
Okay, now I will read each word once. I will pause after each one, and I would like you to repeat after me. Please say the words out loud. The more you speak, the more naturally Chinese pronunciation and rhymes will develop. Now let's try to read it. The first one, 谢谢，谢谢。不客气，不客气。同学，同学。再见，再见。Great. Now let's study the first word in more detail. Our first word is 谢谢, which means thank you. Notice that the second syllable is usually light and unstressed, like 谢谢, 谢谢. And there are several useful sentence patterns with 谢谢. First, you can put a person directly after 谢谢. For example, 谢谢你, it means thank you. Or you can say 谢谢老师, 谢谢老师, thank you teacher. And you can say 谢谢你们, 谢谢你们. thank you everyone or thank you all. And second, you can say 谢谢 and add person, add the action to explain exactly what you are thankful for. For example, 谢谢你帮我，谢谢你帮我 Thank you for helping me. Or 谢谢你看我的 YouTube 视频，谢谢你看我的 YouTube 视频。Thank you for watching my YouTube videos. And I really do want to thank all of you for watching. I'm very happy if my videos are helping you to learn the Chinese. Okay, the third one, 谢谢 can also be followed by your noun phrases. Let's see the example. 谢谢你的帮助，谢谢你的帮助。Thank you for your help. Or 谢谢你的礼物，谢谢你的礼物。Thank you for your gift. And if you want to express stronger thanks, you can say 非常谢谢你，非常谢谢你。That means thank you very much. Or in a warmer or more conversational way, you can say 真的太谢谢你了，真的太谢谢你了。Thank you so much. Okay, this last expression sounds very natural when someone has really helped you. Okay, so you can use it in your daily life. Now let's learn how to write 谢谢. Please take out a pen and some paper if you like to practice with me. Now let's write the left part. You can regard 谢 as two parts, the left part and the right part. Now let's write the left part. First, it begins as this. Okay, its meaning is related to language and speaking, which makes sense because saying thank you, 谢谢, is something we do with words. Now let's write the left part. Look like this. Okay, this is 谢. Did you got it? Now let's see our next expression, which is 不客气, 不客气, which means you are welcome. Before we look at how it is used, let's focus on an important pronunciation rule. The character 不 is normally pronounced 不, like the fourth tone. However, when 不 comes immediately before another first tone syllable, it will change to a second tone, 不. Okay, here 客 is the fourth tone, right? So therefore, we say 不客气, 不客气, not 不客气. Okay, it sounds very weird. You can also hear the same change in these examples. Now let's see. For example, 不会, 不会. It means unable to or will not. Or like 不是, 不是. It means it's not or am not. And also 不看, 不看. Not look or not watch. Now let's compare these words in which the following syllable is not first tone. In those cases, 不 keeps its original first tone when it is followed by first tone, second tone, and also third tone. For example, 不吃, 不吃, it means not to eat. And 不行, 不行, not okay or cannot. 不好, 不好, not good. 不喝, not drink. 不能, cannot. 不想, do not want to. So this is a very important pronunciation rule that you need to remember. One small tone change can make your Chinese sound more natural. Okay, now let's see how to make sentence with it. You can see A is says 谢谢你, like thank you, and B can replace him 不客气, it means you are welcome. So 不客气 is one of the most common answers to 谢谢. And besides 不客气, Chinese also has several very useful expressions with 客气. The first one is 别客气, 别客气. Depending on the situation, it can mean make yourself at home or like don't be shy or there is no need to be very formal. For example, imagine that a guest comes to your home and feels a little nervous or reserved. As a host, you can say 请坐, 别客气. It means please sit down, make yourself at home. And also at the dinner table, if your guest is too shy to take more food, you can say 多吃一点, 别客气. 多吃一点, 别客气. Have some more, don't be shy. And also another very natural expression we will learn today is 你太客气了, 你太客气了. It means you are too kind or that's very kind of you. You can use it when someone gives you a gift, that's something specially thoughtful for you. Thank you again and again, or treat you with more ceremony and politeness than you feel is necessary. For example, if a Chinese friend prepares a gift and carefully arrange everything for your visit, you can smile and say, 你太客气了. This sounds very warm and very natural. Now let's practice writing 不客气. There are 3 characters, 不, 客, and 气. I will demonstrate them at the time, and you can also watch carefully about the stroke order. Now let's start with 不. 不. It looks like this. 不. And the second character is 客. 客. First, let's write the radical. This part is his radical. It's like a roof, and we have discussed the words before. You can also see my previous videos. And right now, let's write the other parts. 客. And the last character is 气. 气. Okay, so these 3 characters together, 不客气, 不客气. Together, it means you are welcome. Our next word is 同学, 同学, which usually means classmates. It refers to someone who studied in the same class or at the same school as you. Here are 3 useful examples. The first one, 他是我的同学. 他是我的同学. He is my classmate. You can use this when introducing someone to another person. And also the second sentence, 我们是同学. 我们是同学. We are classmates. You might use this when you meet someone new or want to explain your relationship. And also the third sentence, 他是我的中国同学. 他是我的中国同学. She is my Chinese classmate. You can also change the description before 同学. For example, 美国同学. 美国同学, which means an American classmate. Or maybe 西班牙同学. 西班牙同学, it means a Spanish classmate. And also you can say 新同学. 新同学, a new classmate. Now I'd love to know where are you learning from. Please write your country in the comments. Maybe we have some students from Spain, Italy, Thailand, the United States, Brazil, or other countries learning together here. You may even discover another learner from your own country in the comments. And also now let's see the next one. There is another important use of 同学. For example, a teacher can use it to address a student, even though the teacher and students are not classmates. For example, a teacher may say, 这位同学, 你叫什么名字? 这位同学, 你叫什么名字? It means, excuse me, what's your name? And here, the teacher does not know the student's name. So, 这位同学 is a very polite and neutral way to address that student. The word 位 is a polite measure word for people. And maybe right now you don't need to master measure words yet, but for now you can remember 这位同学 is as a very polite way to say this student or to get a student's attention. Okay, so depending on the situation, the English translation might include this student or like excuse me, or sometimes like young men or young women. Literally translation such as this classmate may sound very unnatural in English because the speaker is not necessarily the student's classmate. So always translate according to the situation, not one word at a time. Now let's find an easy way to remember 同学. 同 actually it means same or together. 学 means to study or to learn. So if people study together, they are classmates, 同学. And if you watch my previous videos, you may learn the memory story for 学 in the previous text. So today, let's focus on 同. To remember this character 同, you can imagine that the larger outside part is one shared room. And inside it, you can see 口, which means your mouth, 口. And imagine several people in the same room using their mouths to say the same words. They are in the same place, speaking about the same thing, 同, 同, so it means same or together. You can also watch the pictures to better understand it. And this is just a memory story, not a very strict horizontal explanation of this character, but it can also help you to recognize the shape. Okay, so hearing from now, you can also notice that my class is different from the others. I can also tell you how to better remember the character. So also this is one of the special features of my course. I want you not only to know the translation, but also to recognize the character remember its structure and understand how to use it. Step by step, you can build a systematic foundation without putting too much pressure on yourself. As you continue, your Chinese will sound more natural and you will feel more confident when communicate with Chinese speakers. Now let's learn how to write 同学. 同学. First, I will write 同. Now let's write 同. Let's write the outside part first, and then stroke, and then a mouse inside. So this is 同. Okay, 同. And now let's write 学. 学. We have learned it before, right? This is also a radical. It's like a roof. And the bottom part is 子. 子. So 同学 together, it means classmate. Did you finish your words? Is it difficult to write it down? You can comment below to let me know. Our final word for today's lesson is 再见. 再见, which means goodbye. You can put a title or a person before 再见. For example, 老师再见. 老师再见. It means goodbye, teacher. Or 大家再见. 大家再见. Goodbye, everyone. You can also be more specific about when you will see the person again. For example, 明天见. 明天见. See you tomorrow. Or 下次见. 下次见. See you next time. Or 一会儿见. 一会儿见. See you in a little while or see you later. For a casual goodbye with friends, classmates, or family members, you can also say bye-bye, bye-bye. It just comes from the English expressions bye-bye, and it is extremely common in everyday spoken Chinese. So you can also use bye-bye actually. Now let's look at how to remember 再见. 再 means again, and 见 means to see or to meet. So the two characters together literally suggest see again. This is why 再见 means goodbye, with the idea that we will see each other again. And also you can notice that the older form of 见 shows a large eye above a person. On the slides, we turn that idea into a very simple picture. As you can see, a person with a very large eye and legs is going to see the world. So next time when you see 见, think to see. And when you see 再见, you can think about see you again and also like goodbye. Now let's write 再见 together. Let's begin. 再. Okay, this is the word 在. Is it difficult? Okay, now let's continue to write 见, means to see. 见. And then left, and then right part. So 再见 together, it means goodbye. Did you got it? Now it's time to check what you remember. On these slides, you can see the 4 Chinese words, their pinyin and 4 English meanings. You can match each Chinese word with the correct English meaning. Now let's see, do you remember what's the meaning? 谢谢. Yeah, very good. It means thank you. How about the second one? 不客气. 不客气. Do you remember its meaning? Yeah, very good. It means you're welcome. And one thing to pay attention to, do you remember that? Yeah, it is about the tones, right? We need to change the tones of 不, right? Do you remember? Okay, how about the third character? 同学. What does it mean? 同学. Yeah, very good. It means classmates. And finally, the last word 再见. Do you remember? 再见. Yeah, it is goodbye. So how many did you get it right? If you got all 4, you are really good. That means you listen really carefully to my lessons. Congratulations to you. Now let's continue. This exercise is a little more challenging. And maybe previously you could see the Chinese characters, pinyin and English meaning together. But this time, the support is gradually disappearing. I want you to focus more on recognize the shape of the characters. Now let's try. Okay, so the first character, do you remember? The pronunciation and the meaning. Yeah, it is 谢谢. Very good, 谢谢. How about the second one? The second one? Yeah, I can almost hear your pronunciation. It's 不客气. 不客气. What does it mean? Yeah, it is you're welcome. Okay, now let's continue. How about the third one? Yeah, it is 同学. 同学. And the meaning is classmate. Very good. Okay, the last one. 再见. 再见. What's its meaning? Yeah, it is goodbye. Very good. If you can recognize all 4 words without pinyin, that's real progress. Congratulations to you. Now that we have learned all the new words, now let's turn to the complete test. There are 3 speakers in this dialogue: the students, AI 小语, and also the teacher, Wang Yifei. The setting is the first day of school. The students are learning how to say thank you, response to thank you, and also how to say goodbye. And right now, I will play the audio. Please pay attention to the tones, rhymes, and stress parts of each lines. Now let's begin.
谢谢，不客气。同学们，再见。老师，再见。
Okay, so now let's read it together. I will read one line and I will give you a pause. You can read after me. Please try to copy not only the individual sounds, but also the rhymes and intonations. Now let's get started. 学生们 they said, 谢谢,谢谢. And AI 小语 she answered, 不客气,不客气. And Wang Yifei, the teacher, she said, 同学们再见,同学们再见. And 学生们 they replies, 老师再见,老师再见. Now let's make sure we understand every line. First, the students say 谢谢. It means thank you. And AI 小语 she answers 不客气, like you are welcome. This is a basic thank you exchange we have learned earlier, like 谢谢 is followed by 不客气. Next, the teacher Wang Yifei she said 同学们再见. This means goodbye, students, or more naturally in the classroom, goodbye class. And notice that 们 makes 同学 plural here. 同学 is one classmate or student, but 同学们 addresses the students as a group. Finally, the students reply, 老师再见. This means goodbye, teacher. So the whole dialogue is short, but it gives 2 extremely very useful daily exchanges. Thank someone and also to say goodbye. Next, I will hide some words. You can check whether you still remember it. Now let's see. 同学们 they said 谢谢. And how to respond? Yeah, AI 小语 she responds 不客气. And now Wang Yifei, what will she said? Yeah, she said 同学们再见. Very good. The last one, 学生们 what they will say? Yeah, it's 老师再见. Good job. You are almost remember them. Next, let's see the tongue twister practice. I will play the audio once and you can listen carefully for the first time. Now, let's begin.
妈种麻，我放马，马吃麻，妈骂马。
妈种麻，我放马，马吃麻，妈骂马。
Is it sounds very confusing? Because all of the characters, their syllables, all have the sounds ma, but their tones are different, so they makes their meaning different. And this is also a very fun story. Now let's try to read it and you can feel the difference. Now I'll read it first and you can repeat after me. 妈种麻，妈种麻. It means the mom plants the flax. I also prepared some photos below, and if you don't know the meaning, you can also watch the pictures to understand. 妈种麻 is the mom plants the flax. And the second one is 我放马，我放马. It means I tend the horse. The third one, 马吃麻，马吃麻. You can notice that the tones are changing, right? Like 马 is third tone. 马吃麻，马吃麻. It means the horse ate the flax. And the final one, 妈骂马，妈骂马. Did you got it? Is it sounds very confusing? Ma is the mom, and ma is the Scot, is the first tone, and ma is the third tone, means the horse. So ma ma. It means the mom scolds the horse. Is it sounds very confusing to you? If yes, or very difficult for you, you can type the difficult point for you. And now I will read it again, and you can feel it. I will read it very slow. 妈种麻，妈种麻，我放马，我放马，马吃麻， 马吃麻，妈骂马，妈骂马。Did you got it? So from this exercise, it shows us why tones are so important in Chinese. Here, ma is the first tone and means moon, and ma is the second tone and it means flex, and ma is third tone and it means horse, and ma is fourth tone and it means to scold. So these syllables are all use the sound ma, but their tones and meanings are different. If you pronounce the wrong tone, your listener may hear a different word and misunderstand you. So tones are not decoration, they are the parts of the word itself. If you successfully complete the tongue twister challenge, you can tell me in the comments, challenge complete. You can also tell me which Chinese tones is the most difficult for you. Now let's review what we have learned in test 3. First, we have learned how to express thank you, like 谢谢 or like 谢谢老师. Second, we learn how to respond to thanks. 不客气, 不客气, it means you are welcome. We also learned an important pronunciation rule. When 不 comes before a four-tone syllable, it changes to a second tone, 不. That's why we say 不客气, 不客气. And third, we learn how to say goodbye. 再见, 再见. For example, 老师再见, goodbye teacher. We also learned 同学, classmates or students, and practice recognizing and writing all four expressions. Finally, our tongue twister shows us that tones can completely change the meaning of a word. So keep listening, repeating, and speaking out loud. This is how you gradually develop a natural feel for Chinese. Now it's time for your homework. Please complete the dialogue using the 4 choices on the slides. The 4 words is what we learned today, like 谢谢, 不客气, 再见, and 同学. You need to use these 4 words to complete the exercise below. And you can try to complete all these blanks without looking back. You can also write your answers in the comments, and I will review and explain them in the next video. Now you have completed all 3 tests in HSK1 Lesson 1. In the next video, we will begin Lesson 2. Learning a language is like a marathon, not a sprint. So we don't need to rush, we just need to keep moving forward, one lesson at a time. Before you go, I'd like to hear your feedback. Do you enjoy this detailed teaching style? Is my speak comfortable for you? Or would you prefer it to be a little faster or slower? Are there any parts of Chinese learning that you would like me to explain in the future videos? Please tell me in the comments. I will listen carefully and use your suggestions to keep improving this series. If these lessons help you, please support this series by liking the video, saving it, and share it with a friend who is also learning Chinese. Your support tells me that these detailed lessons are useful and helps me continue making them. Thank you so much for learning with me. I'm Nicole, and I will see you in the next lesson.